So let's look at the lineup. Circus Circus with Chip Hanauer. George Woods Jr. qualifies for the final in Mr. Pringles. Tommy Deeth in the Miss Budweiser. Rounding out the field, Mike Hansen, the whole set Miss U.S. Star. Oh Boy Oberto, the turbine driven by Mark Tate. The Winston Eagle is the provisional starter. He'll have to start 15 seconds back. That'll be Jim. Uh-oh, we've got a problem. Oh Boy Oberto, the calling goes off. He's going to be out of this race.
Boy, that's a bad break for that team, too. They've been working so hard to get things right. But, boy, the battle is definitely on the course now as both the Circus Circus and the Miss Budweiser kind of look over at each other, and they realize there's only 173 points separating them, and now the strategy comes into play.
Now, each boat will want the inside course, the inside lane, if you will. This is a lot of racing taking place from the 5-minute gun to the 1-minute gun. Now, they have to come down. They have to start on the clock. If they jump across that clock, they haven't officially started. They'll be penalized a lap. Now, this is where they all ploy. This is where they do the fake-outs. This is where they do the psych. This is all important start.
And if you notice, the Miss Budweiser came across the center of the course to line up on the back stretch. That's where they're required to line up, so that was a legal move. But in doing that, he also got the first lane. So he's in lane number 1 inside of the pink lady, the Miss Circus Circus. That is a little bit of a strategy ploy there. He's going to have to fight the boat hard to hold it tight to the inside. Chip Hanauer said he could race anywhere on this course. We'll see.
And in third slot, it'll be Mr. Pringles, the other turbine, coming around now as the whole set Miss U.S. Star separates on the outside, and the Winston Eagle starting 15 seconds back as the provisional starter. They're a little early. They're starting to slow down. Now watch the rooster tail start the rise. The clock is 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Here's the start as they come down for the final heat.
Even Steven as they go across the line for 3 boats and now make it 4. It's the Miss Budweiser, the red and white boat, taking it into turn number 1, but don't count the Circus Circus out just yet. High pop out of the water for Tom Deeth, and he does it again. He's really battling hard to hold his foot on the pedal. Circus Circus is going straight. I don't know what happened. Circus Circus all of a sudden just went straight right off the course. It looked like George Woods in the Jeff Presents Mr. Pringles was following him. We'll have to check to find out what happened.
I think George Woods had to move. He saw him. Something's wrong, but our leader is now down the back chute and flying high, and a big lead over the Circus Circus, who went out of control, went from lane 2 to lane 5.
We can bet that the radios are crackling now to the Miss Budweiser to tell Tommy Deeth that something went wrong with the Circus Circus, and he can ease up on it just a little bit. He's going to have to now be concerned with the Winston Eagle. 137.716, probably a little bit slower than he would have taken it if he had the Circus Circus riding off his hip.
You know that crew let him know what was happening right now. Here is the whole set Miss U.S. Star. Now that'll move up another slot for the Winston Eagle with Jim Cropfeld.
Still very much in the battle is the whole set Miss Madison, under the colors of the Miss U.S. Star for this race in Kansas City with Mike Hansen driving. This is the boat to beat, and it's the boat that's running away from the field right now. The Miss Budweiser, Tom Deeth, he has got control. Now the Circus Circus has come back into it. She went off the course. Jim, it looks like they may have a problem on the hull off to the left of the driver.
And another problem as we look at our leader is that the Jeff Presents Mr. Pringle with George Woods has spun out in corner number 4 as we look at our leader. There you see the Jeff Presents Mr. Pringles. He has not gotten the boat started again. Meanwhile, our leader comes down as we're looking at the whole set Miss Madison under U.S. Star. There, you're right. Look at the left side of that boat. Something's torn away, and I think it's the skid fin.
It looks like the skid fin is broken off of that boat. A dangerous situation for sure, because on the turns, that is all that's holding it. There you can see the skid fin to the right of your screen off of that sponson, and you can see how the water pressure goes against that and actually holds the boat so it doesn't skip across the water out of control.
The Circus Circus has not negotiated very well. Corners number 3 and 4, we're hearing that they're going to black flag that boat. No points for Circus Circus. That'll put a lucky break on the Miss Budweiser team, who had lost 400 points earlier when their engine didn't start. And that'll make it back to a 573-point lead for the HFC High Point Championship 1990 for this boat looking for the checkered flag.
Tom Deeth, 131.766 miles per hour. It's going to be an easier race than he had planned on. He thought he was going to be head-to-head with Miss Circus all the way. A good ride for Mike Hansen in the whole set Miss U.S. Star, now riding in second place.
And third place is the Winston Eagle. Jim Cropfield is going to come up and challenge because he's not too far off the pace. And look, The Mr. Pringles has gotten restarted.
George Woods Jr. just waited out the time, let everything settle out, restarted that turbine, and is now back into the field. The story may well be the Jimmy Kropfeld-driven Winston Eagle, because that boat had to start 15 seconds off the pack and right now is in contention.
He's in contention for second place against the Holset Miss U.S. Star if he can catch him, but I don't know if he's going to have enough time. But even as a provisional starter, to come up and finish third is amazing.
And that'll certainly boost that crew up for the remainder of the circuit. Circus Circus out of the race now under the black flag, so it has given a clean ride to the Miss Budweiser. Chip Hanauer just about to be alerted with that black flag, but you can see how he has to get off and into turn to get the sponsons sitting low enough that they grab the water and stop his slide across the top without that skid fin.
Holy Monica Mary Martin, I'll tell you what's going to happen here now. He's going to get that black flag. He's not going to be happy with it at all, because he wants to maintain any points he can. He's going to be very disappointed that the 400 points he was given as a gift have been taken away again.
Well, the championships for 1990 will be awarded in Las Vegas, Nevada later in the season. That's only a couple of races away, so the points are really critical at this time. This is the boat, though, that seems to have the clear ride and the clear shot at the 400 points for this heat if he just keeps everything going, and I'm sure he's eased back on the controls just a little bit to keep the boat in good attitude.
All the emotions have run the gamut from highs to lows to back to high again for this young man from Fairhaven, Michigan, Tommy Deeth and Miss Budweiser.
Tommy has had great control. He takes the checkered flag. He gets the 400 points to give himself a little more breathing room over the Miss Circus Circus for the finish of the circuit. Second place will go to the Holset Miss U.S. Star. There you see that boat. Mike Hansen coming across. Bob Hughes and the crew will be extremely happy from Madison, Indiana, with the finish of that boat. Third place, great story, Jimmy Kropfeld aboard the Winston Eagle, driving for Steve Woomer. That was a tremendous comeback. There you see the official finish in second place for the Holset Miss U.S. Star, and there's third place for Jim Kropfeld in the Winston Eagle. Came from 15 seconds off the pack at the start of the race.